name's Sam, and welcome again to my first year on T. I am going to cover a couple things today about, I guess first thing, my kind of hopes and fears about testosterone, but also like a little bit about the processes I've taken for like my shot. So one thing is, yeah, I guess like when I first started out, I had a general like concern that I was gonna get some of the changes a little too fast. I guess like most people, I guess don't have that issue, but I mean I already had some facial hair, so I guess this was, I guess one of my biggest things. Like I'm not 100% out at work, mostly because I have to use my legal name on my my ID. So I'm still not 100% out, but there's a lot of people who do know I'm trans at work right now. I'd have to legally change my name in order to really get things changed over 100%. Yeah, so I mean, I guess like I was worried like things are gonna go like faster than I was able to explain to people, because I mean this is such a big time in my life. I mean, starting T is a really big deal. So I mean, I guess I kind of like I want the time to just kind of ease into things. Which I mean, I guess like a lot of the changes do happen under your nose, like a lot of people say, but I mean, I'm already noticing I'm not quite on my 3rd month, and I'm already like, I have like a lot of like dark facial hair coming in that I already had. Like it darkened up really quick, which is a good thing. I'm really excited about it. It's just like shit, now I have to explain, like start explaining to people that I didn't really want to explain this to faster than I anticipated. Like there's a couple people at work who, you know, keep asking me about the cold I have, because my voice definitely dropped really, really, really fast. Which I mean, I guess I'm kind of making like a little fun out of it, because a lot of people, I don't know, I think it's funny. People think I have had like this 2-month cold that has just been progressively getting worse, even though I haven't really been sick. So yeah, that's pretty funny. Like I guess like another concern is like how much hair is gonna come in, like if it's already coming in now, like is like, but I mean I guess like that's also a good thing. And another thing I guess is like it's such a permanent thing, and I guess like I've, you know, back and forth about it in my head, and I mean, I'm 30, this is something like, this isn't even new. So, I mean, I guess, like, from other people I've spoken to, this is a completely normal thing, which, really, once I come back to it, I'm kind of like, oh, well, like, I've had dysphoria for years, so it's probably not even gonna make any difference, which it hasn't. And I mean, I guess, you know, now every once in a while, sometimes they'll go, oh, shit, like, is this legit? Like, am I legit? But I mean, like, I can't say it's not. It's like I've never been effeminate ever in my entire life. And I mean, there's some people that call like the stereotypical binary guy, like toxic or whatever. But I mean, I don't think I mean, I try to be a polite person. I try to be cool. I mean, I guess it is what it is. Everybody just tries their best. So, yeah, you know, I mean, there's obvious fears that some people aren't going to take it well, and that's been a concern of mine, which, I mean, luckily I live in a pretty good area, too. Like, New England is mostly pretty accepting of the trans community. There is definitely, it's dangerous, don't get me wrong, like, I hear people get attacked all the time, but, like, for the most part, like, I thought people were gonna be like, oh my god, this is such a big deal, and, like, I thought I was gonna have a lot of problems coming out, and I guess, like, nobody really seems to care, which is nice. It's pretty convenient. So, yeah, that's, it. I mean, I guess for my fears, I mean, there's a lot of stuff I'm looking forward to. I mean, I do want the body hair, don't get me wrong. It's just, I guess, like, it's happening faster for me than I anticipated it was going to, so I'm like, oh shit, now I gotta get ready. Yeah. So moving on, a little bit more about my shots. I take testosterone cyprodate. So I do it in injectable form. I was originally doing it in my leg, though I had friends more recently show me how to do it in my stomach, which actually is a lot better. Like, I guess when you do it in your leg, you have to go all the way down with the particular needles I have. And if you do it in the stomach, you really don't have to. I mean, I definitely look up like the process on how to do it, if that's what you decide to do. But like I think it doesn't hurt as much. I mean, as far as me when I first started taking the shots, I mean that was a little bit of a concern, I guess. But I'm not really bothered by shots. Like, I wanted somebody to show me the first couple of times I did it. I went to a informed consent clinic the first time I had actually tried to get on. Well, I tried to get on T for a long time. Excuse me. I've tried to get on T for I guess like the past couple of months, like the past year. But it's really actually hard in Connecticut specifically to find endocrinologists that specialize in transgender people. I had issues where I have been back and forth between therapists throughout a lot of my life. So I really couldn't get a confirmation that I was transferred one specific person. I can confirm that I have dysphoria basically since I was like 8. So it's just there's a lot of people who I guess were informed in these issues at the time. So a lot of this stuff didn't really get documented, I don't think, properly, so I never really got spoken to about it. It was never really something I was able to put my hands on and wrap my head around. It was just like, oh, well, like, you could try harder at all these things in your life. You know, maybe you should put a bow in your hair and be more girly. And I mean, it's such a demeaning thing to tell somebody. I can't believe somebody's told me that before. But, yeah, I guess it's been kind of rough finding really people who know about the issue. Like, northeastern part of Connecticut specifically is really, really, really dry as far as trans resources. There's not a lot of people that know a lot of things about it. I've been trying to find an endocrinologist for a long time. A lot of them don't even take my insurance, which is kind of bizarre because I actually do have pretty good insurance. Like, I did checked out in New Haven. I guess the best one is Middlesex, is what other people tell me. But I mean, it is the time I'd finally made the decision to go on. I mean, I'm like, I think I was not quite 30 yet, and I'm like, oh my god, I've waited so long in my life. I really don't to just come out. I really don't want to spend so much, like another 2 years, waiting for somebody to just confirm that I'm masculine enough. Which I guess is what a lot of people go through. I mean, because I feel like it's just not there. Like, I don't really care to continue, like, I never really cared to continue going through living as a female. It just was not on the agenda for me. So yeah, I'd ask around. I had an endocrinologist deny me, based on, like, not really much of anything. They just said it wasn't related to an endocrinologist issue. And I think my doctor also didn't really know a lot about it either when I was bringing these things up. She was just like, oh, well, you should see an endocrinologist. And nobody really knew what endocrinologists were. Really looking into it. There was this really Middlesex Hospital, which was going to make me put me on a list for a while. I was going to have to go through the therapy sessions and everything. So, I mean, what ended up being right for me is I go to Thunder Mist Health Center in Rhode Island. They're really, really good. They're an informed consent clinic. You know, I did all my research. I knew what I was getting into. I did have a gender therapist I was speaking to for a couple of months beforehand. So it was kind of like a no-brainer thing. I went and I talked to the doctor. It was pretty black and white. I told her, like, some of my concerns, and basically I've been going through this since I was, like, very young, and she's like, oh, okay, cool. I went through and I got the blood tests, and she hit me back in another 2 weeks, and I started T on October 3rd. So yeah, that's the route I took, and I mean it was right for me. It may not be necessarily right for other people, but I've tried to kind of get the word out, let other people know that in person, who've had similar issues, that maybe informed consent is the best thing if you feel that you've gone to a therapist for long enough and you really really need it. So that's the direction I took. Unfortunately, I've had issues too where like there's insurance company, I guess, that my prescriptions go through, have been denying me denying my regular insurance to pay for my tea. But mostly, like, and that's been kind of a back and forth, because they want a whole bunch of documentation. They want like 2 years worth of therapy history, and like a letter from an endocrinologist that isn't even available. Half of the ones that do deal with trans issues are backed up, that I've been able to find anyway, and it's backed up for months. And I am seeing a psychologist, but she's like in Connecticut, so it's like, I don't even know how to get this to them, and they're like, well, we'll figure it out. So they've been working with me. That Thunder Mist Health Center is really really great. I love how they even have like when I first came in, they asked me my pronouns right off the bat. There's a sticker, basically, what name do you go by, and I have my legal name, my regular name, and I'm like, holy shit, how come every doctor's office doesn't do this? So yeah, they were pretty cool. They had a nurse show me how to do the shot the first time I did it. I think I went back there one other time, and my mom's a phlebotomist, and I had my mom kind of watch me do it, because she was, she's not like against it. She's not totally gung-ho about me going on T, but she understands, because she's definitely noticed I've struggled over the years with, it's just me being a girl just isn't there at all. Yeah, that's kind of the process I went through with getting T. So yeah, that's it. Good talking to you, and that's it. I'm out.